All right, everybody, this is an April edition, 2025 of Mercer Market Minute, where we break down the Pittsburgh market, tell you what we're seeing out in the field in the world of real estate in Pittsburgh. And we're just closing in on our 1,000th sale. So we do it a lot. We could probably help you with whatever you need. Reach out anytime at all. And this is just an opportunity for me to show you what we're actually seeing out there, because we're out there all day, every day. So today is a computer/recording day. I'm just kind of laying low, recording some stuff. So let's get into it. First, what are we seeing? What we're seeing is demand is high still, as you would expect this time of year, but buyers are being cautious. They are doing a little bit less of overbidding, doing a little bit less of waiving inspections. In fact, we just had 40 people through an open house and we got 8 offers, and what we saw is that nobody waived inspections, and that has happened over and over again this year, whereas last year and years before that, people were waiving everything just to get the house, and they're being a little more cautious now. Now, is that reflected in the stats? And it is. We'll start with sale price. Over the last 12 months, we see this continually rise, showing us that demand is high. Something that's interesting is if you look at the last 5 years, we see this up and down cycle. However, this past down cycle, we haven't seen a low as it typically goes. Price has been pretty stagnant for 6 months prior to about 2 months ago, where we started to increase again. So the lows weren't as low. We'll see what happens with the highs. Maybe they'll be a little bit higher. Maybe they'll be muted as well. And then looking at inventory, we see over the last 12 months, we are increasing a lot, especially over the past 3 months. We've seen this kind of exponential curve. Now, over the past 5 years, you can see it is cyclical, but we're almost over that glut that we saw in 2020 and created in 2020 with those extremely low rates. So again, we're keeping an eye on this. Days on market continues to go down. This is more normal than the other stats, more normal being more cyclical, more in tune with that cyclicality. And this is looking back a month. So this is a reflection on April. And we expect this probably to just continue doing what it's doing, cyclically, up and down, with the seasons, with the demand. What's interesting is we have a big inventory increase, but the days on market aren't also going up. They're going down. So we're getting what's called a divergence. The houses that people don't want are sitting longer, and the ones that people do are still going fast, and actually going faster than they were last month and the month before that. So what can you do on the buy side? Ask me for a competitive market analysis for the house that you're interested in, and we'll give you a list of comparable sales, active properties, and contingent properties, and just see if we can draw a picture of what your max price should be. Because you need to lock that in, especially in a multiple offer situation where you're jumping in and you have like an escalation clause, which ask me about, I can get into that too. If your escalation clause goes up to below your max price, in the 11th hour you decide that you want to increase that max price, you don't have conviction. You're kind of uneasy. You're not sure if that's really as high as you want to go. Figuring that out and locking that in is highly important before you even see the house of your dreams. On the sell side, aim for May. So aim for this coming month, the month that we're currently in. If you can, if you're ready to list, now's the time. You want to really capitalize on that demand while it's high, and it's high right now. In June, it will start to taper off a little bit. And then enhance your curb appeal, because right now you have the opportunity in the summer months, the spring and summer months, to make your home look amazing to buyers from the outside. And curb appeal is huge. You could have 2 of the exact same houses, one with incredible curb appeal and one with none. One might get multiple offers at the same price, one might get none. So it really enhances the demand if you can increase that curb appeal, especially in these beautiful spring and summer months. And then continue to do open houses. I keep telling people this, we're having lots of success with these. Like I said, this last weekend, we had probably 60 groups come through a total of 2 houses that we held open. So people are coming through in open houses. Ask a realtor about them. All right, that's it for the April recap. Stay tuned again for May. We'll do this all year and hopefully continue to do this over the next coming years. If you have any questions at all, email them to shipleymercerteam@gmail.com. Super curious to hear your feedback, and if you want to jump into the market, now's the time. Hit us up. We'll get you out there. Thanks.